For some, the season may be over, but for others, the real games are about to begin. I've got an injury update on Juan Thornhill and more coming up on 434 in the NFL. Hello everyone and happy 2020. I'm Carly Ford here with the final week of the regular season. We have a couple teams that made it to the playoffs, and later in the show we're going to look at their highlights and then talk about what the upcoming games they have look like. But before we do that, let's take a look at our other teams who had their final game of the 2019 NFL season this past Sunday. Jacksonville capped off their season with a victory at home, defeating the Indianapolis Colts 38-20. And after struggling through a winless drought, they end this season on a high note. They've won 2 of their last 3 games and finished up 6-10 on the season. However, this is the last time we'll see Will Richardson on our screen until next year. The Chicago Bears also ended their season on a good note Sunday, beating the Minnesota Vikings on the road 21-19. With that win, they finished their season with a .500 record, winning 8 games and losing 8 games. No videos from this past week as Bobby Massie's been out for a few now. And for the Bears, we already knew what their fate was headed into the playoffs. With the loss a few weeks back, they fell out of the hunt. But one team, their fate has been undetermined. We were waiting for an answer, and while we have it, may not be the one that we wanted to hear. A rainy day in Baltimore, so the Ravens were sitting some starters. So there's Robert Griffin III, and there's Terrell Edmunds pushing out the 2011 Heisman winner to stop the run. Gus Edwards passes by the black and yellow defenders, but Edmunds tracks him down, prevents the Ravens from putting 7 points on the boards, and limits it to 3 later down the stretch. Terrell had 7 total tackles on the day, and that's his 7th game this season where he's had 7 or more tackles. And on the other side of the ball is his brother Trey Edmunds, here on the snap and makes a block so that Duck Hodges can connect with Deontay Johnson for a big gain for Pittsburgh. Now their fate's been up in the air. Will they make it to the playoffs or won't they? With a loss to the Jets last week and then falling short 28-10 to the Ravens, their season ended this past Sunday in Baltimore. Now off to our playoff teams. The Bills ended the regular season at home. And even though this ball is going to fall into Buffalo's hands, the game did not. I don't know what it is about these pesky Jets, but it's the second week in a row that a 4-3-4 team has lost to New York. But one of the reasons I'll give Buffalo for this is that the Bills were sitting some of their starters like Tremaine Edmunds, Josh Allen, and some more. They wanted them to be well rested for the game they have coming up this Saturday, which determines a lot more than this one does. The other playoff team we have are the Chiefs. They extended their winning streak to 6 games with a 31-21 victory over the Chargers. But I have a little bit of news on Juan Thornhill. The rookie tore his ACL on Sunday and will be out for the remainder of the season. All of us in the 434 wishing him a speedy recovery. Hope he does well. But his season ended this past Sunday. And I do want to show y'all just a little recap on how he did. I found this tweet that was really interesting. It talked about how he played defensively compared to other safeties in the league. Out of 996 snaps, 617 of them were covered by him. That's the 5th most at safety. This season, the rookie had 2 interceptions, and if you followed him from college, you've known that he did pretty well. Now he's shown the league, hey, I can contend with the best of them. So we're wishing him a speedy recovery. Hope he does well, and we're rooting for his team in the playoffs. It's been a while, but I've got a new one for y'all this week. Tremaine Edmunds is the first player in NFL history. Let me say that again. First player in NFL history with 2 seasons of 100+ tackles by the age of 21. That's not the first record we've seen Tremaine break, and it probably won't be the last, but he has more to focus on right now because the playoffs begin tomorrow. The Buffalo Bills face the Houston Texans at 4:35. This is the first time these teams have matched up this season. They both enter with a 10-6 record, but Houston comes in as a lower seed because they clinched their division. Now, we all know who we want to win, and if the Buffalo Bills do, they will face the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. The Chiefs had a bye after coming in second in the AFC, and that divisional round, if the Bills win tomorrow, could be a 4-3-4 showdown, but we're not going to go too far in the future. We're going to go week by week and start out with hopefully a Bills win tomorrow. For those fans whose seasons have ended, thank y'all for sticking around all these weeks. But in the 4-3-4, we've got some more football to go. I'll be back next week with the results of tomorrow's playoff game. But for now, I'm Carly Ford signing off of the regular season here on 4-3-4 in the NFL.